What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to day number 7 of vlogging every single day for 100 days in a row. I'm so pumped that I made it to day number 7. I've only lost count like 3 times. 3 times. See how great I am at counting. Anyways, I've been in the office all day just doing literally Monday stuff. Paying bills, taking a look over accounts, transferring money, getting on the phone with people that you're supposed to get on the phone with on Monday mornings, scheduling appointments, Monday stuff. Not very exciting, it's not very fun, but I gotten all that taken care of now, and now we can kind of start our vlog and start our day. Some of that stuff was kind of weighing pretty heavy on me, so now that I got it out of the way, I feel a big weight off my chest and off my shoulders. So like I said, now we can finally start our day. Vlogging every day is tough, all right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Let me go ahead and set this up. Now we'll talk. Vlogging every day is very, very tough. I am running out of things to show you and tell you and make it fun, but we're making it happen. Like I said, I committed to 100 days, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But I am trying my absolute best to get progressively better with each video. That's all I got for you again. Let's see what today brings us. This is the most mundane Monday ever in my entire life ever. Like I said earlier, I spent most of the day doing Monday stuff. I was doing phone calls, paying bills, scheduling appointments, going over stuff. But yeah, it's just Monday stuff, you know? And for the last couple of hours, I've just been doing other Monday things. I just came back from getting my oil changed, which is just another Monday thing. So yeah, I know it's not a very interesting day, but every single day we were vlogging, like I keep mentioning. And regardless of if it's super interesting or not, we're gonna stick to our commitment. Today's a training day. If you guys have been following along for long enough, you would know today's a training day. And today being a training day means that's very, very exciting. I'm very much pumped. I haven't trained since I took Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. I took Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. I haven't trained in 4 days. So it's a training day. You guys know me. I love training days. I haven't trained in 4 days, so that's very, very exciting for me. Reason being is I was just getting a little tired again. I had overtrained last week quite a bit, and I've been very good at listening to my body, scheduling and moving my training sessions accordingly. And sometimes that means, instead of training, right now I'm only training 4 days a week anyways, but sometimes that means only training 3. But that doesn't mean that just because I didn't go, I missed a scheduled training session. Things just get moved over, and you just catch up later on. I'm very, very glad that I've kind of found this new rhythm. When I was a little bit younger, I didn't take as many rest days, and I definitely overtrained myself. And I was either always ending up with like a cold, or just like, you know, little ailments. I would get cold sores a lot, and those are just signs of like a compromised immune system. And a compromised immune system comes from overtraining and under resting. But this year, 2 things that I've taken very, very seriously is my rest, well, my sleep more specifically. So when I feel as if I'm, you know, overtrained, or I feel overtraining approaching, I'll just pull back and then move the training sessions around accordingly. And it's worked really, really well for me. I haven't gotten sick once this year. Also, big shout out to the sea moss, of course. Keeping your minerals balanced, of course, going to keep my immune system at 100%. But they definitely go hand in hand. You can take all the sea moss in the world, but if you're overtraining, you're still going to compromise your immune system and make yourself more susceptible to the common cold or whatever immune response your body wants to give you. So that's just what I've learned that has worked for me this year. It's worked very, very well for me. I've made a lot of good progress this year. I've been able to maintain training sessions. I didn't have to you know, take any weeks off because I was sick or have anything like that, which is great for me. Like I said in the past, that was something that I definitely struggled with. And this year, doing my own training, just my own coaching myself, I'm very, very proud to say that I have figured that little part of the equation out. I guess that's the best way to put it. So that's kind of your update for now, guys. I've already had 2 meals. I still have to get 2 more in before training. Whenever I do these things, I always say a number and then I put up the wrong fingers. I don't know why I do that, but anyway. I have to get 2 more meals in. For the last year, I've been only training off of 3 meals. But like I told you, I'm considering doing the show, and I just want to see if for this week, obviously today being Monday, if I could, get the 6 meals in, 4 of them pre-training, 2 post-training, and see how my body responds. And then at the end of the week, like I said, we were going to see what we're looking like, assess our physique, and see if we're ready. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't think I'm going to do it, but we'll see. Like I said, if I take a look and I get a pleasant surprise, maybe we'll open the floodgates for a prep. But as of right now, it doesn't really look like it. Like I mentioned in the last video, I'm kind of having a hard time balancing. The reason I even considered doing a prep is because last year it seemed like the extreme regimentation of the prep kept me very regimented in business, and I made great progress in both. I think the reason that I'm a little bit apprehensive now is because I'm just in a different spot in business, and I'm also in a different spot in bodybuilding. Last year I was trying to prove to myself that I still had it in me, and this year I know that it's still in me, so it's it's more than just showing up this year, right? This year it's actually putting your all on the line. And when you're a year further in business, putting it all on the line, it's not something that I'm sure that I'm willing to do or ready to do just yet. And this week, getting all my food in, and then at the end of the week, taking a look at my physique, will really kind of determine, am I ready to open up the floodgates for a prep, or should I kind of hold back, stay into another year of off season, and focus on the business? What is going on, guys? We're going back in time and we are finishing up this vlog right now. It is actually day number 8 for me, but I have to go back and re-record this clip because it got messed up, and I want to be able to be real and be raw with you guys and make sure that you have this clip. So it is the next morning, but I am going back and recording this and putting it in yesterday's YouTube video. That way you have a chance to see it and have a little bit more of an in-depth conversation with me. This is going to get raw, this is going to get real, and I'm going to get very, very honest with you guys. And based off my last couple videos, you guys really enjoyed when I was raw, real, and honest with you. So here we go. The number one thing that I'm noticing during this vlog journey is the struggle that I am facing trying to provide watch-worthy content for you every single day. In the very, very beginning, I just thought all I have to do is show up every single day and the rest will be all good from there. And I think I was day 4 in, and I realized oh crap, this is actually very, very difficult. Not only finding the flow of things, but also finding valuable content to create each day so that you guys continue to come back to my channel. And within that, I'm starting to put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on myself because I want to keep showing up for you guys. I want to stick to my commitment, but I also recognize that I'm not being very entertaining. I'm not being very educational. I'm just not being a very good content creator. And that's just the honest truth with you guys. I'm struggling, but there's more to that than just being a content creator and struggling with that. So here it is. I'm just going to be very honest and very real with you guys. I'm at the point in business now where things are very, very difficult. The initial hype and the initial excitement of having a new business and having all your friends' support and all of those very exciting things has dwindled down. It's died off, to be completely honest with you. And now is the point where I have to find out who I am as a businessman, and I have to go through the trenches of it. It isn't just struggling with content creation day to day. It's about creating sales day to day. It's about getting the word of mouth of the business out there on a much larger scale day to day. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm struggling an absolute ton. I'm learning that in the beginning, I thought that a business was you have something that people want, you exchange that for money, and there you go, you have a business. And when you're talking about its bare bones, that's literally all business is. You have something that people want, whether it's a product or a service, they exchange that for money. When you're talking about its most basic bare bones terms, that is business, yes. But once you get a year, 2 years, 3 years in, you start to recognize that there's more to it than just exchanging a product or a service for money. You have to build and create business, and that's where I'm learning that I am very much struggling. I'm very much struggling in the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. Now, mind you guys, younger Justin got into this because younger Justin just wanted to live a life that I loved to live every single day. And you guys hear me talk about it all the time. I very much do love the life that I live every single day. I'm super, super blessed and super honored that every morning I get to wake up and I get to decide whether I'm going to shoot a YouTube video or hang out with my dogs or take my mom to the fair. I'm very lucky and I'm very fortunate for that. But along with that comes some struggles. Struggles that I don't necessarily have the answer to just yet, and I'm trying to learn how to create the answer day to day, instance by instance. And I'm learning that that within itself is very much a struggle. And being a businessman is exactly that, is finding different struggles or creating a different problem and then creating a different solution for it. And that's exactly what business is. I just had a conversation the other day with someone, and I asked them if in their job they knew what they were doing every single day. And he told me that no, he doesn't. It's almost 9 out of 10 times he goes into his office, he truly doesn't know what he's gonna do for that day. And I don't know, it kind of like gave me like a little bit of a perspective change, because most of the time, or most of the days that I look forward to are the days that I know what I'm doing. Okay, we got to be at the shop at 8 a.m. I know I got to make juices, I got to make sea moss gel, and I got to make capsules. All those things I know how to do. I know what step 1 through step 10 is. From start to complete, I know exactly what to do. But there's other parts of business that I don't know what to do, like creating content, like creating annual reports, or any of that miscellaneous stuff that kind of gets looked over when you're starting a business. Of course, I absolutely now know how to exchange a product or a service for dollars, but I'm talking about the nitty-gritty. I'm talking about the actual business part, where you're filing reports and you're keeping track of things and you're doing all of this administrative work. Administrative work and Justin do not see eye to eye and do not get along very, very well. And in the very beginning, I thought, well, if I just start a business and I just make sure that I'm the creator and I make sure that I'm coming up with cool products and blah, 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 I will never have to do the administrative work, because one day I'll just hire somebody. Well, guess what, dude? You still have to do all that stuff in the very beginning, because right now there's not enough money to hire anybody. And that's just the honest truth. We're not even a small business right now. We're a micro business. Micro meaning we are still using the dollars that we make to fund ourselves to make it to the next day. And I know a lot of people don't want to talk about that. A lot of people want to hop on the internet and show this perception that everything's all gravy and that we're making buku bucks. But I'm going to be real and honest with you guys. That's not the situation for us. We're a micro business. Each dollar that we make, we are putting it to the side to make it through to the next month, to then turn that money into more money to continue to keep this business flowing. Now, within that, there's a lot of different miscellaneous administrative things that we need to be doing. Keeping track of certain things, keeping track of certain expenses, learning what it means to go through different manufacturers, whether it's for our jars or for our bottles or for our produce, whatever the case is. But we need to learn that process and learn what it means to compare numbers and to read charts and all of those different things that, like I said in the beginning, seemed very mundane and very administrative. And I thought by the time I got to this point, I would already have somebody hired. That is absolutely not the case. And quite frankly, it's still something that I need to know, even if I did have somebody hired for this position. Because let's say I did have somebody hired for this position, but I still don't know what's going on. It's very easy for them to manipulate me or throw me off track, because here I am just 100% depending on them to have it figured out for me, when it's my business and it's my responsibility to make sure that every little thing is covered and to make sure that I personally understand each little thing that is happening in my business. I said a lot to say this. I'm definitely struggling, and it's very, very difficult being this young and being this inexperienced in business. And I'm learning that each day is going to bring a different challenge, and each challenge is going to require a different new part of me. The old Justin is dying each day that this business gets more and more successful and more serious, because the old Justin didn't know what any of this meant. The old Justin didn't even recognize what it meant to be a problem solver. This new Justin that's got to step up to the plate has to be a problem solver, has to be a person to figure things out. And this new Justin also has to be a person that people can come to and answer to, including myself, which is really weird. I need to make myself in a position that this guy right here can go and ask that higher self for advice. Yeah, just exactly that, just for advice. And it's very difficult to try to teach yourself that when you're in this day-to-day grind of the daily business. So guys, like I said, I wanted to go back in time and record this clip because I wanted to be raw and I wanted to be real with you, and I wanted to share it in this vlog. It's only right that you guys get to see every part of the journey. It's not right for me just to show you my highlight reel. I'm showing you the ups, the downs, and everything in between. And here's one of the downs. It's not so easy doing this. I am 100% struggling. I don't feel as if I have, that's not the right way to put it. I know that I have what it takes to make it in business. However, I'm struggling to find it day to day, but I'm realizing it's not something that I have to find, but it's more something that I have to develop. When I word it that way, it doesn't sound so bad. I'm gonna develop it over time. But when you're in the middle of the task and you recognize that your current self doesn't have what it takes to figure out that task, and you recognize that it's gonna require development, for me personally, I get very frustrated with myself, and I take it very personally. I mentioned this in the last video before. Any mistakes or any hiccups or any speed bumps that happen in this business, I take them extremely personal, because this is my business. If I want to have all the rewards and I want to have all the credit, I also have to take all the negatives along with it. It isn't easy being a first-time business owner. It isn't easy trying to vlog every single day, but I'm doing my absolute best. I'm staying committed, trying my best to enjoy the journey, and going forward I'm going to get more raw and more real and more honest with you guys every single time. So when something like this comes up, instead of turning the camera off and going for a walk and shying away, I'm gonna make sure that I grab the camera and I get real and I get honest with you guys, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Thank you so much for listening to my little speech, my little rant. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't yet, please thumbs up the video, drop a comment down below, share this with your friends. All of those things really do encourage me, and they help me an absolute ton as far as up here and as far as in here. So again, thank you guys so much. If you haven't done so, please do so now. Yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna wrap up the video right here. I'm gonna go get started on editing the next video because I had to go back in time to record this one, and we're just gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna make sure that we keep a positive vibe. We're gonna make sure that we just keep showing up every single day, and if we keep showing up, the rest of the stuff will figure it out. And I will develop into the businessman and the man that I know that I need to be. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you an absolute million, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.